Good afternoon, morning, evening, whatever time zone you may be in when you are hearing this, because we are recording this, and this is going to be on to YouTube's. Welcome to everybody to Dungeons & Dreamforce 2017! I am your humble dungeon master, Mark Ross, and joining me is a cavalcade of nonsense and chuckleheads. I'm going to go with chuckleheads. My CEO likes to use that term a lot, so I'm going to borrow it. But before we get started with that, I am actually going to pass the mic to Nana Gregg, who's going to give us some information about what we are doing here today and our progress so far. Nana. I'm going to get some Pepsi.
Good morning, everyone. Everyone excited? We're here? We good to go? Okay, cool. Well, I'm actually going to call John up because no, this whole thing is like John's brainchild, and so I know he feels really passionate about it, and so I want to make sure that you guys hear the passion that he feels about it when he talks to you a little bit about what we're doing for Extra Life.
All right, we're going to play musical mics for a little bit. No, we need to get into the game as quickly as possible, so I'm going to keep this as brief as possible. But I needed to thank everyone for being very supportive and involved. We have so much fun doing this, and the fact that you're here watching us kind of validates all the work that we've put in to really enjoy what we're doing here today. The lot of you represent the type of person that the world needs more of, and the type of people that I'm hoping my children will grow up to become, just like what we find in the Ohana today. So I appreciate that. There are many causes that I try to support. Extra Life is very near and dear to me personally, because I've seen too many kids fight battles that they don't deserve to be in. So this is an excellent opportunity. We've made some good money. I'm going to allow Nana to update us throughout the hour how much money we've made so far, but I'll tell you what, right now, our goal is $4,000, and we're about 75% of the way there. So if hopefully by the end of today, if my voice carries far enough out there, maybe we can make an impact and help some sick kids and their families. This event has enriched my Dreamforce experience, my Ohana experience, and my human experience. And for that, I'm compelled to be grateful for, of course, Nana. She is my support for everything that I've done over the last 3 years. And all of Bacon Ibsen, who is sitting here, who fight the real fight with 20-sided die every single day. And all of you, as I said earlier. And of course, the mind behind the structure of the city of Moscone, who brings to life this analog video game for all of us, our fantastic Dungeon Master, Mark Ross.
Where can people donate?
Ross.
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, so we'll talk to you a little bit about how you can donate. We will be taking donations throughout the game, and if you make a good donation, a big donation, it can affect the game.
Absolutely.
So if you have a cash donation, you can come and see me, and I will help you out with that. If you want to donate online, you can go to bit.ly/DnDF17 gives. Is that right? Give.
Yes.
With no S. And it's capital D, little n, capital D, capital F, capital G, I-V-E. And I can come help you with that too. So I'm going to be going along.
I apologize for my lack of knowledge about how Bitleys work.
So, but I can help you get to it. So just flag me down. That's what I'm here for. If you have questions about why we're doing what we're doing, just let me know. We also encourage you to listen to our CloudForce Collective podcast and be a part of the collective, as well as WizardCast. So, without that, let's turn it over. Get this party started.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's get it turned.
Let's get it started.
Okay. All right, so I assume everybody knows what we're doing here. What we're doing here is Dungeons & Dragons, which means that players are going to roll dice to figure out exactly how the story proceeds and how they interact with the world and everything in it. Everybody has lunch. Good. If you don't have lunch, you got, by virtue of being here, there's lunch. Please partake. You guys can go get lunch while I'm doing a recap real quick. When last we left our party. So, what has happened is tragedy has befallen the land of Moscone. a group of ragtag dwarves invaded the tavern, the coffee-serving tavern known as the Master of Coffee, that is frequented by various members of the Trailhead Expeditionary Forces, which is the group of exploration, discovery, and monster routing forces that operate out of Moscone under the behest of Lord Benioff. The party took down this party of dwarves that was actually trying to menace the tavern, only to find that a good chunk of the city itself, the city of Moscone, was on fire. Various other pockets of dwarven sabotage happening throughout the land. And so in an effort to go find out if their loved ones were okay, they were able to dispatch a number of these dwarves who seemed to be not in their right mind, and also covered in all sorts of rock and metal that's basically studding their entire frames. And so in dispatching them, they've also been able to determine that what the remnants of these dwarven forces are mindlessly moving towards a central area. And so they are moving to intercept. They have informed the head of the guard, the head of the city guard, that would be Captain Wolverton. They've informed her of the problem, the true nature of the problem. And so she is going to meet them there while the rest of the city guard and the Trailhead Expeditionary Forces look to extinguish the flames, which may or may not be a distraction. But in the meantime, the party is heading towards what they know as the Scrum, which is an underground tower. Yeah, it's going to keep going like this. It's not going to stop. I hate to tell you.
Fun's on fun.
2 more hours of this.
Scrum Tower, that's so awesome.
It's a tower used by particularly the Dwarven community, but it's used by the Dwarven community to interact with the rest of the community as well. That is used for commerce and negotiation. It is an entirely underground tower built out of a single massive stalactite that's underground, and that is where the party believes these Dwarven forces are headed. And so, what are you guys going to do?
Rev really wants a nap.
You guys are probably going to have to eat those mics.
Well, that's awkward.
I know we're in a hurry, but Crit still wants a nap.
So we're in a hurry to go meet somebody, right?
No.
We already stopped to see the blacksmith. Rescued the blacksmith.
We also grabbed another member of the Trailhead. We are meeting a member of the Trailhead Expeditionary Force.
Well, that was Captain Wolverton.
Yeah.
She said she'd meet you there. And right now,
there.
Flash is not with you. He disappeared in all of this fracas.
It happened.
Fracas.
It happened.
Yeah, it happens.
Probably
You guys are
already
used
there,
to this.
frankly.
Guys, I have an embarrassment
He's
to
a
tell
rogue.
about. We started playing a game of hide and seek, Flash and I forgot to find him.
Until I found myself.
Idiots. I'm surrounded by idiots.
we we have very clear instructions. Well, we should just go. We did take a short rest, correct? We're like all...
You can do that on the way, yes.
Okay, perfect.
So actually, I got one more thing I need you guys to do before we get started, and that is to roll a d4. This is a custom house rule that I do. We're going to say for this, not just a 1 or a 4 will get you a result. And so based on what they roll, this is going to give them luck points they can spend throughout the course of the game.
I got a 4.
What we got? We got a 4. You've got a mic.
Okay, what side am I looking at?
I said into the mic. I just talk
2
really
for
You're-
Donatello.
2 for Donatello.
Bottom line.
I got a 2.
2 for Brunhilde.
I got a 1.
1 for Flash. Kriv.
I guess I have to use this because I can't find the other die.
That's fine. What is it?
I rolled a 1.
That's a 1. Wow, I have a lot of
These
bad
are
luck
counting
points to
right.
use against you guys.
Great.
Thank you.
Hold on.
And don't forget, you guys can make donations to help the party.
As a matter of fact, we have our very first donation. We have a nice, crisp $100 bill
All right.
from the Dresh,
Yes.
Thank you,
and it's
Eric.
Dungeon Master's
Dressinator.
Choice.
Dungeon Master. Oh my God.
Oh, snap.
Oh no.
I salute
Oh no.
Cantaloupe as I digest.
I didn't bring what I need for this. I'm gonna. Okay. Okay. All right. I will. You started this.
Min yin. Min.
Oh yeah. No, I know what to do.
Yin.
I know what to do. All right. So, yeah. What are you guys doing? You guys are heading straight towards the scrum?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're heading there.
Yeah, we're there.
Okay. Along the way, Flash, you have been scouting, stealthing. You've seen that. You've been up on the rooftops. You've been basically parkouring from building to building, trying to scout, trying to get whatever information you can, intelligence you can. And you have seen that all of the dwarves that are this kind of monstrous metallic form, the ones that are left all seem to be moving towards a central point. Okay. And so you've decided you're going to go check that out and see what's going on. And around this time, you will see your compatriots also heading in that direction as well, from up on a rooftop. In fact, they're passing below you right now.
Dadatello is ahead of the troop on a skateboard, probably about 30 feet. I try to keep at pace with them, but they just walk so slow on their feet.
Excuse you. Cloudy moves pretty fast.
That's true. She's riding Cloudy, her faithful goat steed, and companion.
You should just be happy I'm coming at all. We're not getting paid.
I think I'm just behind trying to drag Kriv. Come on, we need to go.
Keep up, Kriv. We need your charisma.
You know, Dadatello, I know you said that you got us some sort of thief or rogue. He hasn't been here since night 1.
Oh, yeah? Well, where's your watch?
I don't wear a watch.
Oh, man, that trick works so well when Flash is here.
All right, so Flash, you see them. You see them arguing.
So I see them, and I am walking up to them, and I see.
Well, you're up above.
Oh, I'm up above.
Yeah, you're on the roof of a 2-story building.
This your point to do a hero 3-point landing type of thing.
Okay, so
You gonna go Iron Man?
hero 3-point landing. I jump off my ledge, and I come down just like that.
There you go. All right, roll an acrobatics check, please.
Which one's that?
20.
So always, if I tell you a check, always a d20, and then there's your acrobatics right there.
So just roll
This is
it.
+2. He's a rogue with acrobatics at
And
+2.
he's going to roll 1, break his leg, and he'll be out of the adventure again.
20. Okay.
So I roll.
And add 3.
To what? To this side?
Yeah, what'd you roll? You rolled a 12?
12,
plus
yeah.
3 is
Yep.
15.
12. Okay, so 15. 15. Yeah, I'll give that to you. It'll hurt just a little bit,
Okay.
but you look cool, so you don't care.
Okay, good.
You shrug it off. You put some dirt on it.
Good.
Yeah.
So Kriv
But I
comes up to Flash. Flash holds out his hand like we're gonna shake hands, and meanwhile I put up my fist like we're gonna fist bump. I pause, and I hold up my hand like we're gonna do a high five, just as Flash makes a fist.
It's super awkward.
And this goes on for quite some time, and it's just extremely awkward.
This is a true story.
Kriv, this is no time to goof around.
All right.
Flash, I'm glad you're here. Look, we're in a hurry. We're getting an opportunity to meet the captain of the guard, but we've got to go fight super bad guys. Come on, let's go.
Yeah, if you want to know what's going on, listen to the recap at the start of the episode.
Got it.
Meanwhile, the people who've been working on rebuilding the city put that fourth wall back up that you just broke down. Okay.
Brick and mortar there.
So, all right, then you all continue to make your way, and it is a bit of a trek. This is, of course, a very, very, very large city. So by the time you guys, yes.
Do we see any stars on this trek?
As a matter of fact, I was about to say the sun's gone down, so it is getting dark out. But no, there are not a lot of stars because the smoke blots out the sky.
If only we could do some discovery of some stars.
All right, that's enough.
Right.
Okay, so as you guys make your way, I need everybody to roll a history check, and Samantha, you can roll with advantage.
This one? 20. Yeah, that's going to be your regular one. You know, you're right. The gold one. And there's history, right?
That's a D6.
There's my
Yeah, 19.
19.
19.
14.
No, 19. All right.
20.
Woo. All right.
6.
I'm not surprised. Okay, so I will say that you think you have an idea how this entrance system works. You've heard about it before, but these three have a very good idea. You're completely clueless. But essentially, the way the scrum is actually entered, because there is no above ground to it at all. So there is kind of essentially what we would think of as kind of like subway tunnel entrances. Steps leading down into the ground in various places around the circumference of the scrum. So you guys, you three in particular, know exactly where to find these. So you can easily head towards one.
All right, guys, follow me.
No.
Oh, wait.
I got this. We're good.
I mean, follow Trailblazer, guys.
It is stairs, so skateboard maybe not so good.
Whatever, I kickflip down that thing.
It's a lot of...
John?
Roll an acrobatics check.
God, John.
I didn't say how many stairs. And, you know, it's perfectly within character for him to do this without knowing or checking, so...
Yes, I realize that.
18.
18! All right, then you can have the damage I'm about to give you. Please roll 3d6.
3d6.
Oh boy.
Because this is about 30 feet of stairs.
Oh no.
Idiots in their skateboards.
Board of
That would
skating.
be 11.
It would be 11.
But it's halved. So 5.
5.
Yeah, you could slow fall, that's true.
Yeah, I do have slow fall, so I was going to say I do have slow fall.
I'll let you have it again, so...
Thank you, fellow monk.
Let's call that 3 damage.
3 damage.
So you stumble a little bit, but you get back up.
And I quickly look around to make sure nobody saw it.
Everyone
Greg
saw it.
totally saw it.
Who has dark vision?
I mean, I pretend that nobody
You saw it.
I totally saw it.
Anybody who had dark vision could see it,
I think we
basically.
definitely heard it.
Are we standing outside
Yes.
the entrance at this point?
Yes, he just basically went way ahead of everybody
So
else.
before anything else happens, I'm going to go ahead and cast my cantrip.
Prestidigitation?
And to
Oh
make
my
a
God.
light on the end of my staff with the knob on the end.
Okay.
So
All
I
right.
have some light.
Um,
Dark.
it won't be as bright as a light spell, but it'll at least give you 5 feet. You can see your immediate. You can see the nose in front of your face.
It's actually a pretty bright spell.
Is it? I thought light was a dedicated thing. Okay, that's fine. All right. So yeah, if it says, that's fine. So
Oh, I'm sorry, I meant light.
oh, you meant light.
was wrong.
Prestidigitation is different. Yeah.
Yeah, I was
okay.
thinking of something different.
Okay, yeah, that's totally different. Okay. So you've got a good light. Anybody else have any kind of light source heading down? Because while there are normally torches down in these tunnels, there are none that are lit.
No, I have dark vision though.
You got dark vision. You're human, so you don't have dark vision. Dwarf has dark vision.
Yeah, I do, but I do have torches if anyone needs one.
I think I might need one.
Yeah, Dragonborn don't have dark vision.
Torch? You need a torch?
Yeah, I do. Yep.
Torch?
Okay.
Torches here, get your torches.
I mean, torches I think have like a 30-foot radius, so not everybody needs one if you guys are staying close, but as long as we have them, that's what I wanted to make sure.
They are 2 gold piece each, please.
So,
Okay.
so is our
Okay.
contact, is Captain Wilverton there since this is the entrance?
No, she does not appear to be there. You do know for a fact there are many different entrances to this. It is a tower that is circular, so there are literally, like, all around the tower, there's just dotted multiple...
I look over to Trailblazer and ask, so which entrance are we meeting the captain at?
She didn't say.
I'll just let her know where we are.
Okay. Beep, boop, boop.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Beep, boop, boop, beep, beep, boop, beep.
That
Okay.
collaboration bracelet.
What? Do I see anything down below? I feel like, have you guys caught up with me
I'll
yet?
come back to you. I'll come back to you.
Okay.
So, at around this time, this is the point at which all of you who are above ground will suddenly turn and look around because there's a bright flash of light behind you. And
That's always a great sign.
I know, right? You could tell that the connection was going, and it all of a sudden drops.
Even better.
Yeah. You can see that there is actually one of the towers adjacent to the apex walls is now like engulfed in a flame.
It's going to be difficult, I think, to reach the captain now.
I'll go ahead and flip this bad luck point now.
Oh, thank you.
There you go.
Thank you.
So as everyone's talking about going in, Crib's standing back a little bit, and he's beginning to get a little twitchy.
Okay.
I don't like underground things.
Are you actually claustrophobic?
Not claustrophobic, but I get anxiety.
Okay.
And when in like unknown areas when there's no real apparent way of escape.
Okay. All right. I'll keep that in mind. Thank you. Okay. So the rest of you now head down. You being down there as they're journeying, you can take a look around. It is simply a long stone tunnel that continues on as far as your vision can give. You do see that the wall sconces are extinguished, but a lot of them look like they're actually knocked off. The torches and things have been battered off of the wall.
And that's really all I see out there, and
nothing else in front of you.
My friends
Just
have not descended
tunnel.
the stairs yet.
They're descending now.
Okay, I'm just gonna lean against the wall, looking cool, juggling.
Okay. All right.
Spend one of those bad luck.
No. Okay. All right. So yes, you guys can make your way down. You see Donatello there,
Juggling, anyway.
juggling his balls.
Looking cool.
Yes.
And cool.
Oh
yeah.
All right, and you continue your way down the tunnel. After about 100 yards or so, you will see that it opens up into a massive cavern. And before you, immediately, the ground gives way to a large wooden walkway, kind of a hanging rope and wood bridge. And there's actually some lights, very, very faint, but they're dotting the edge of this cavern, so it's enough for you to see exactly the shape of the cavern and some of the things that are in it. And this cavern is, let's put it this way, the scrum itself is probably about the same circumference, albeit circular, of this building we're in right now, right? Massive building. The cavern that it is in itself is about twice that size again. So basically the width of the building, the tower, and the width of the building. So it's a huge, massive cavern. And if it weren't for these faint pinpricks of light, almost like stars dotting the walls and the ceiling of this cavern, you wouldn't be able to see anything for its size. And you can see the massive tower that's there. And leading up to it from all different angles are a whole different series of catwalks. Some are metal, some are wood, all of which are pretty well constructed. Security not really wanting to be a concern, or safety not really wanting to be a concern. So even the one that you have in front of you is pretty sturdy. But it's basically what it kind of looks like is this almost like a big hive nest. With just almost like spider strands of web. It's not actually, it's the rope bridges. So it kind of has that look of this suspended stalactite hanging down and barely touching the bottom of this cavern. And as you look down, and you can see again, there's just enough light on the bottom to see down there as well. Hundreds and hundreds of dwarves mingling about aimlessly.
So I'm getting really twitchy now as I see all those dwarves running down there, and I reach into my cloak and I pull out whatever package Quick Curator gave me.
Right.
And can I tell anything about what does this look like?
It looks like a potion. Well, I mean, what I'm saying is the viscosity and the make of it, it doesn't look like an oil. It doesn't look like something you would apply. It looks like something you would drink. That's the kind of the shape and size of it.
So I'm going to hold it up to the light of my staff and just see if I can see anything in it that might have some potentially adverse effects that I know of, considering Quick's and ours past relationship.
As you
mushrooms.
As you hold the light up to it, you can see that it almost seems to shimmer with a rainbow light, like light passing through a prism, except the rainbow doesn't come out on the other side. It stays refracted inside the potion itself, which is weird because the potion itself seems to have more of a reddish hue, but when the light is in there, it changes the color.
Cribs, I'm going to shrug my shoulders, open up the potion, and just down the sucker on one big gulp.
Wait. How far away are the dwarves?
The dwarves are, well, you're up near the top of the tower, right? So the dwarves are a good 200 feet below you.
Or one jump on Donatello's skateboard.
Yeah, you are far, far away. They're not going to be able to reach you. They don't even know you're there, at least that you can tell. They are not looking up. They are not noticing you. And you have a catwalk that's a good 200 yards to walk before you even reach the tower.
So I sort of look down at them, and I see the dwarves wandering about aimlessly.
Right.
Can I leverage my insights to see what their MO is?
The dwarves? Yeah, sure.
Yes.
Go ahead and roll an insight check.
20.
That'll be a 20.
This one?
Plus.
Insights. 10?
Yep.
Nice.
So it's
27.
You got a 7?
no 27.
Oh, okay.
Having a plus 10, you have a 7.
I'm like, holy cow.
I rolled a negative
That was
3.
a real crappy dice roll.
Okay, so what happened? Yeah, we got a donation. We got a donation.
Thank you, Adrian Stein. $50 donation says have fun storming the castle.
Yeah.
All right.
Where's the minions?
And we do also have one of our esteemed NPCs in the house at the moment. Mr. Carl Riedberg is here. Or is it Ried Karlberg? I always get those confused. Carl Riedberg, that's what we called him, yeah.
We named him Jarl.
Jarl.
It was Jarl, that's right, it was Jarl Riedberg.
Yes.
That's
I mean,
right.
His first name could have been Carl, but his title is a Jarl.
I don't know what you're talking about. It's not Carl. All right, that was a terrible impression.
That was pretty bad.
All right,
So I rolled a 27.
you rolled 27.
Insights.
Thank you for being a good sport.
Yes. The dwarves are completely. They don't know you're there, most definitely, and they almost seem to have no real drive. Right? They don't seem to have any aim. They are literally just walking around. Just kind of doing not even laps, not even circuits. It's almost random the patterns they're using.
Kind of feels like there's some trailhead badges that would do them good.
More like they're placed in some kind of a holding pattern.
It happens.
And some of them are not bedecked.
Okay.
Some of them do not have, and so that actually is the one thing that does strike you as odd, because every aimless moving dwarf you've ever seen has been has had the stone and the metal, but there are a fair number you don't see that on these down here. And that reminds me,
Am I feeling weird?
I need you to roll a wisdom saving throw with advantage,
Fantastic.
because she is a dwarf. She is a dwarf.
Just like walk off the edge. Great. Great.
We're coming back to you. We're coming back to you.
16.
16. All right. You do feel some kind of a strange pull and call in your head, and it's almost as if you can feel yourself being shoved to the outside of your own mind. But you realize what's happening, and you bite down on your own lip. Little trickle of blood, but you stop that from happening. You regain full control.
And that would explain why no one else in the party sees Kurt downing down on a mysterious potion he just pulls out of his cloak.
Whoop. Okay, so real quick, I need to figure out what's our marching order.
I was in the back. I'm thinking probably.
I tend to be up front.
Right. Scout should probably be up front too.
Yeah, I am at the front.
Okay.
I am
I'm
the
as
Flash.
far back as I possibly can be.
All right. And then you're just somewhere in the middle.
I'll be in the middle, yeah.
All right. So are you back? Like you two? I need to figure out you two. Who's in the back?
Who's the
He's
other
probably
person? 'Cause
behind
I-
me.
They're back there fighting and pushing each other. You go first. No, you go first. No, you go first.
All right. So Kriv, nobody else will see because they're all looking forward and looking down. Nobody else will see what you. Well, you double over just a little bit. Just there's this. You feel this fire burning down your throat when you drink this thing, and your arms suddenly get very painful, as does your forehead. Specifically the skin on them.
Is it painful enough that I'm going to be screaming out?
No.
Of this, or is it just one of those I just can't?
You can keep it down, but yeah, I know no damage, but it still lights you up.
Dun, 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 dun. We have another donation. $50 from Ryan Owens. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. So
So I'm in pain and my arms are on fire.
Yes.
If I look down at my hands, my hands and my arms, do I see anything?
it's gotten worse.
Oh.
Sounds like you're having a heart attack.
What first were just small little breaks in the skin are now becoming larger and more of them. You're essentially developing a full set, almost like gauntlets, of scales of black and red intermixed randomly on your arms.
I just start muttering to myself and start swearing about Quick over and over again and chastising myself for trusting the little bastard.
Okay.
Never use Quick Query.
All right, what are you guys doing?
We are crossing this rickety bridge. Indiana Jones.
You guys haven't said you are yet.
Wait.
Okay.
Me?
I didn't know if that was a call already.
I wanted to turn on Divine Sense.
Okay.
I know the dwarves aren't close enough, 60 feet.
Okay. How long does it last?
I don't have that written down on this.
Okay. Can you?
Is it 10 minutes?
Is it
10 minutes. Sounds
Nice. Yeah. Okay.
Help from the audience is
Yes.
encouraged.
Yes.
Thank you
that's
for the
absolutely fine.
in-house expert.
10 minutes.
Yes, and
All right. Thank you. That's very good to know.
That was clutch.
That's very good to know. All right. You turn it on. You do not sense anything in the immediate 60-foot vicinity, but it's there. Your awareness, and you are looking around. And Divine Sense is celestials, fae, undead, fiends.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
All right, before we go onto the bridge, I look around. I'm like, I'm glad you guys have things that you can do right now, but as a monk, I can only punch something or catch something in the air. And since we're not doing that, you guys want to go somewhere?
I am going to point out to
I was going to say,
probably
do I
you
hear?
that I'm feeling a little off and maybe just keep an eye on me
Oh.
Okay.
while I'm in the right mind.
All right.
Duly noted. Thank you.
Feeling kind of weird. Kind of want to wander. If I start to wander, just tug me back.
Okay.
I grab Cloudy's face, my buddy Cloudy, and I go, you take good care of her, buddy.
Cloudy won't wander.
And then we lick each other's faces.
And then it nibbles your shirt.
So I have some fishing
This
tackle
is really awkward.
with me, and I pull out some line on that fishing tackle, and I tie one end to Cloudy's collar, and then I tie the other end onto Trailblazer, so the two can't get too far away with the other Noid.
Fishing line. I saw it was on your inventory. I was like, why does he have it? Oh, and I'm not going to ask.
Gosh.
Because I like to cause chaos.
Okay. It's just weird. That's
Cloudy,
not
I
chaos.
told you can't keep
every wizard
seeing
needs a
him.
hook.
All right. Take 1d6 pun damage, please.
Come on.
All right. All right. Are you guys moving?
Let's go. Let's do this.
All right.
We're on the move.
You step forward onto the catwalk. It is a little bit swaying, but firm beneath your feet. The clump on the wood gives you at least some sense of comfort as you move onward. are you at all trying to be stealthy and quiet? So please roll stealth checks, if you would, please.
Another D20.
Yeah, if I say check, it's always a D20.
This is your. Right down here.
Stealth.
I got a 12.
12.
18.
18, 21.
6.
Paladin.
10.
10.
Stealthy.
Plate armor.
Stealthy.
Okay. So for the most part, yeah, plate armor. Did you roll with disadvantage, by the way?
No.
Because you're supposed to with plate armor. So please roll
Saw
again.
me coming.
All right. So you guys are all not too clumpy for a moment, and then there's a sudden as the rear starts coming up behind you guys.
I'm coming, guys.
So yeah, are you?
Out loudly.
Well, if
Hi. I'll be with you. I'll be with you shortly.
That I'm not sure if you're trying to stealth or not. I think it's pretty much not. I think just not. I think
I
it's
think
just,
it's just,
yeah.
yeah. I wasn't even trying.
All right. So I will go ahead and give this to you since you did notice before, and you're probably still aware and looking down. A few of the heads, a couple 100 feet below, will look up and watch silently and follow with no other action, no other motion. It's extremely creepy.
I'm gonna develop a phobia of dwarves after this scene. Like,
In an overly loud whisper, do you think they know we're here?
All right, but you are not bothered on the trip as you go across. And now, reaching the tower, you can see that before you is a series of two doors. Basically it's a double door. Large stone works, but there are on the doors no outward handle or other method of somehow grasping and opening these doors. What you do see is beside the doors a panel, metal, inlaid, rather finely, intricately carved, and on it are 3 large gems. They're not rare gems, they're probably not worth a whole lot of money, but they are well cut, well crafted, and they glow with a very faint light.
Do I recognize anything?
Please roll a history check.
These are pretty. They'd go well with
18.
your costume jewelry.
18. You believe this is the same sort of thing you might see some kind of a magical lock.
A magical lock?
Yes.
Hey guys, this looks like a magical lock.
Typically the gems have to be touched in a certain order in order to undo the
Do
lock.
I know that if it's touched in the wrong order, that something typically happens?
You did roll an 18, so I will say that you do know that quite a few of things like this will often trigger some sort of death fail-safe, yes.
I go over to Flash.
Sorry, that's my noise.
Illumination!
Thank you. We have another donation from friend of the pod, Haley Tuller. $50. Thank you.
So I go over to Flash and I say, hey, Flash, those gems, you touch them, it's a magical lock. Touch them in a particular order and you'll open the door.
You
Do it.
So you
Open
do
up and do that.
you do think okay? So hang
I
on.
pick the lock.
I need you to roll first a perception check.
Which one?
The perception check, because you're trying to look for some method of disabling this.
oh, we got a natural 20 over here.
30.
Natural 20. Womp 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 womp.
I'm here all afternoon.
All right. So you do see the series of little arcane runes etched in very, very fine detail around the corner, around the edges of each of these gems. You do see that there is a small, very barely discernible trail of runes that travels along from the panel along the wall and heads straight down to the floor where you're at.
You cut the red wire.
The runes then actually don't stop there. They proceed along the entire horizontal edge where the catwalk meets the wall. So that entire seam, that entire corner has those runes on it.
Totally trapped. That's what you're perceiving it looks like.
You do think that there may be some method of disabling it by altering the runes in a specific way, but that would disable the trap. It would not necessarily open the door. The magic itself is what needs to be worked with in order to get the door open. There is no locking mechanism. It is solid stone that will move by virtue of the magic being triggered.
And I'm up front with you, so you're talking to me about this, right? Yep. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Guys, I don't know what's going to happen here, but I suggest everybody kind of, tie yourself off to the rail for a couple minutes just to make sure.
I start handing out the fishing line.
Okay.
I got my own rope. It's okay.
Right around this time, I need everybody to roll perception checks, please.
Wrong dice. Wrong dice.
12.
21.
21.
20.
That's a 20!
Right.
13.
15
All right.
for me.
I'm just going to give it to her, because she'll notice it first. While they're talking, looking at this, you're just kind of like looking around, and you happen to see behind you, on the far end of the catwalk where you've come from, there's a group of dwarves that are now forming and looking in your direction, and are starting to shuffle towards you guys. And there is enough of them that they are filling the entire catwalk. And a few deep as well. This is not a small group of dwarves.
Have you ever noticed that any time that combat shows up after that first day, or I'm sorry, earlier this afternoon, that the thief disappears?
You think that this would be too much for you guys to actually fight. This is a lot of dwarves.
How securely
It's
is the
almost as
catwalk?
if the DM is now looking at his watch to see how long it takes you
Say, DM?
to solve this problem.
DM, can I ascertain a way to purposely set anything off?
Like what?
Like
Set what off?
What I'm assuming is the traps of the dwarves that are coming up against us go into the trap.
You're not certain. You can roll Arcana to see if there's anything you can do, but
Do I
14
recognize this
plus
type of
7,
rock?
so 21.
21. There's no indication whatsoever that this trap extends that far.
I just look over and I'm just kind of shrug at everyone and I get ready to cast Firebolt and I
Okay.
wait for anyone to say don't do it.
They're out of range right now. They're 600 feet away, but
No, I mean I'm going to cast Firebolt at the gems.
Oh, whoa.
No.
Do I
right.
recognize this locking mechanism at all?
roll history with advantage.
18.
18. Yes, this is a fairly standard dwarven mechanism just for building security. It's fairly normal. Generally, it's a 3 strikes kind of problem. On the 3rd strike, something bad will happen.
It's like baseball.
You have seen similar kind of circumstances like this. Usually, it's something being. It wouldn't be uncommon for it'd be a very dwarvish thing to do to set it up so that a drop would be a result of failure in this. So, or 3 failures in this regard. You also know. What did you get? You got a 21?
18.
18? I'll give it to you. You also know that it can be a bit tricky. Typically, it takes 3 presses. That's the combination. But it's not always every button.
Of course it isn't. That'd be too easy.
Yeah.
We have 3 tries here, and then I don't know what's gonna happen, but we could. It wouldn't be good.
And so, as a DM, I would encourage
Blow
you.
it up.
I would encourage you to think as dwarves think, in this regard.
How high up is the locking mechanism?
I mean, it's at dwarf height.
Okay. Because I was going to suggest just pick the lower ones that you can actually reach.
No.
Come on.
I was gonna ask, how securely is the catwalk? Like,
What?
How secure is the catwalk?
It's secure for now.
Like,
They are getting closer, though. They're about halfway across the catwalk now.
Will you just start pushing gems before the DM has us all plummet to our death?
Yep, let's do it.
All right, what are you pressing?
What are they looking
So okay, sorry, I should
Gems
I didn't describe. The 3 gems are actually in a vertical row. Top, medium, bottom. Or top, middle, bottom.
Bottom.
Woo!
Who's doing what? Who's doing what? Who's pressing what? Tell me right now.
Well, it's got to be the dwarf.
Yeah,
Because
go
she's
for
the one
it.
that knows.
So you do all three in a row?
Yeah, why not?
All right. The entire catwalk goes beneath you.
I grab a couple more pieces of fishing line and get ready to start tying it on more.
The dwarf who left all dwarven things behind is the one. I got this, guys. Yeah.
You're a dwarf. You should know.
I've tied myself to the rail for right now.
Okay. All right. They're getting closer.
I'll try the other way. I got 3 tries,
Top.
maybe.
You're going top, middle, or bottom, middle, top?
Yeah.
Is that what you're doing?
I'm telling you, bottom. You're
It's
a
been really nice
Why
to
are
meet
you-
all of you.
We're about how far?
They're about halfway down. You're at the end.
Okay, we're okay.
You're by the building, but you got one more shot. Think as dwarves think.
The middle one 3 times? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm. One of them's gonna have to be hit 3 times.
Yeah. Go
Roll,
for the middle.
roll wisdom check.
Okay, all right,
This
that's
is
not
the
so
DM
bad actually.
giving pity upon
Not
us.
me.
Not
No,
her.
no.
She's
Oh,
not.
no.
She's don't even look
First of
at
all.
The low wisdom paladin. Oh, that's cock.
it. All right, I'm gonna roll it over here.
That's jack dice.
Can I take a quick win? I think I have one.
You have some rerolls. Oh, quick win?
Yeah, I'm gonna use one of those.
Okay. Can we mark off a quick win? Where'd Nana go? No. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Fantastic job.
All things dwarvish. You suddenly have this flashback to your childhood and the things that you were taught and the philosophy that was intended to be ingrained into you. And you
Please be
remember that dwarves are generally they're subterranean. So anytime someone would say things are looking up, they would say things are looking down. Right? Things that are lower are generally kept in lower regard, meaning higher regard. Right?
Yeah, I'll just. You know what? I mean, what's the worst that can happen, guys? Just hit that bottom one 3 times.
All right.
Yeah, that's what we're doing.
The door swings open.
Just wanted to add some.
You'll have to step up to get into it. But yes, the door will swing open.
So those guys are coming behind us down the catwalk.
Yes, and they are actually just now reaching you. One is about to take a swing at you. So you guys can make a dash inside.
Yes.
Yep. Let's dash inside.
Okay.
I leave the fishing line that,
Everybody.
tied to the rail.
Okay.
You just let go of it?
I just let go of it.
Okay.
Don't need it anymore.
Mark it off.
I still have fish hooks and everything.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, so you can get inside. They will start to flow at you guys. So I need. I'm gonna go ahead and roll to attack you, and then if anybody's doing anything, you guys get one action.
Are we all on the catwalk at this point?
You're all off the catwalk.
We're inside.
So one of them will kind of flail at you, aimlessly, completely, won't even come close. Just claws at the door instead. Roll a natural 2.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah. But they are trying to come through the door. So what are you guys doing?
Those gemstones, are they on the side wall there, or are they on the door itself that's moved up?
On the side wall.
Sidewall.
On the side wall.
I'm trying to be the front of it, so I'm behind, pushing everybody behind me, and I'm gonna, after everybody's in, I'm gonna try to.
It is a double door. It's going to be hard. If you think it would drop immediately, you wouldn't be able to reach around the door and get to them.
Do that. Reach around the door.
Reach around, so I can reach around the door. I'm a big guy. I can do that, right? No.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not a roll. It's not a roll. You can do it.
Okay, I'll just reach around the door, and I kind of touched all the gems.
Can't quite reach.
Oh.
Can't quite reach.
I push down a tell of the way, and I take my staff and I extend my staff out.
Okay. All right. So you get shoved out onto it, and you're able to reach. So you immediately touch the gems.
Okay.
You have a foot on the catwalk, which completely gives way.
Okay.
Just drops beneath you. All the dwarves go immediately plummeting down. Roll a dexterity saving throw to hang on to that staff.
Certainly.
Wait, which one of us is rolling?
He's rolling to grab the staff.
Okay.
saved.
Dex is 14.
14. That'll be good enough.
Yeah.
So you can hold on, but I need you, because you are holding a quarterstaff,
Can I do a strength
to roll a
saving
strength saving throw.
Sorry, John.
Oh no. Any of us
12.
see this happening?
12. All right. This is not going well for you. Yes, you guys can see this happening. You have the staff, and you're holding on to it. You're trying to pull yourself up, but it's only pulling him down further. You're sliding. You're starting to tumble forward.
I grab one of my pittons that I have, and I try to stab it.
Where's your pitten?
It's
In your backpack?
It's probably in my backpack.
Yeah,
I guess.
okay.
I think we're both gonna try and like.
All right. So roll dex saving throws.
14.
Also 14.
Okay. The two of you combined, with your powers combined, I don't know why you're Arnold Schwarzenegger. The two of you combined, your efforts with that will be sufficient to get you guys pulled up. So,
And I'm
yes,
standing there.
the door will close, snapping right behind you, Donatello. You're all safe on solid ground there in the tower, inside the scrum.
Now
True
that
to
we
character.
I keep lifting up my the cloak of wizard.
You're starting to feel a bit nauseous, by the way.
Oh. Was it
A
the
little bit,
sandwich?
well, kind of like a heartburn,
Heartburn?
like an acid
I have to
reflux
drink
kind of thing.
alcohol?
No, like acid reflux kind of
Acid
thing.
reflux?
Yeah.
Can I pull it
But-
Tums from the cloak?
Pull what?
Tums out of the cloak?
No, because somebody has to ask you for one.
This
His cloak only works if somebody else asks for something in it.
I just noticed there's something funny about his arms.
Where do I sit? Right here?
Hey, Charlie Isaac.
Hey!
Mr. Isaacs.
Is this where we go to raise money?
Yeah.
Money for?
We're at the right place.
We are raising money for Extra Life.
That's
It's
great.
It's a charity for Children's Miracle Network hospitals.
And I just wanted to show my support and say thank you. And I want to show my support and say thank you. And I love you all. And I got to run, but raise a lot of money. Great cause.
Shout out to Charlie Isaacs. Thanks for coming.
Charlie. Charlie, I love the blue hair.
Yeah, you look fantastic.
Thank you.
Suits you.
This is permanent, like my tattoo.
Gotta have blue hair.
Thank you.
Gotta have blue hair. Okay, so you are now inside the scrum. It is very dark. You have torches. You have light.
I
Very.
did just now notice that Kriv's arms are looking kind of weird and funky. Are you doing
Well, keep
okay,
in mind,
buddy?
My arms are buried in the cloak, so I
Yeah,
have
but you
one
just
hand,
wrestled me from gravity.
Yeah, I have one hand bare, and I have the other hand is gloved.
I feel like I would have noticed something as he yanked me out of the air. Is that right?
It's starting to get into your fingers and palms, so yes.
Well,
It would have felt-
one hand was already gloved because I was having that problem extensively
Yeah,
already.
but the other's
so it would've
not.
been the other one.
I was
Yeah.
about to curtly tell him now's not the time to roughhouse and wrestle, but then I start to worry really bad about my friend Kriv. Are you doing okay, guy? Are you all right?
I'm not saying anything. I just start scratching my hand because it's gonna get really itchy too.
It's actually not itching as much.
Oh.
It's a bit more painful, but it's not an itch.
Is it like a burning sensation?
No, it's more of an ache.
Darn arthritis.
I've got some herbs. Maybe these will help. I pull out what I think are dandelions, maybe. I picked them. They look pretty.
Oh wow.
I'm just staring at
They're
them.
also completely different than when you first plucked them. You thought they were yellow, and these are like puffy and white. What the hell, man?
These are some magic flowers, Kriv. I think you should try to eat them.
That's a really nice thought, Donatello. I think we should probably keep moving.
Yeah, I second that.
I defer to your better judgment.
Kriv,
Kirk
can you eat the
shoves
dandelions
anyways,
on the
grabs
run?
one of the white dandelions from John, pops it in his mouth because he has nothing to lose.
It is feathery. It is terrible. And the stem actually makes you feel a little bit worse.
I will hang back. Oh. Get another donation.
I really need a kazoo or something. We have another donation. Yay!
Opa!
We have a donation from Ty Schuler, $200.
Wow.
Whoa.
Oh, damn.
Thank you.
Sir.
Oh.
It's too bad.
All right, so
I will hang back after he says something and ask Kriv, are you okay? Did one of them get you?
Kriv.
I think something got him. I think something got him because he's starting to act all funny.
Well, I'll ask that totally low key. But
So, Craig, how successful have you been over the past couple of years in hiding your condition?
I've been successful hiding my condition from everyone except for those in the circle at the
From your
API,
yeah,
the applied practitioners or whatever.
the Alternate Practices Institute.
Yeah.
Yes, the API.
I had that on my character sheet someplace and it didn't come over.
No, sorry.
I don't know what it was. So they're pretty much there's a reason why I'm always wearing the cloak over my face and a gloved hand.
But you've been traveling with these guys for 2 years.
Yes, and I've been fairly aloof. So the only thing they've been able to see is like the lower half of my face,
Right.
and my one formerly cleaned hand.
Yeah.
And so they don't know anything other than I keep meeting strange people and buying strange things and just suddenly eating them.
Yeah. So this is completely new information to you guys.
Yeah. So I just gotta go. Just a little heartburn.
do you need
Anyone
something?
got a Tums? Or whatever the equivalent anti-acid is in this world?
Calcium carbonate.
Calcium carbonate.
Come on, you're an
Can I chip
educated
any
wizard.
off of the wall here? Or?
I don't think it's made of Sterner stuff.
You came right.
All right.
Actually, no, I need a drink.
So.
All right.
Okay.
If he's good to go, then I'm good to go.
All right. So there is essentially one hallway again, and traveling down it a little ways, you will reach what appears to be kind of a lobby area of the of this building. It's a rather large, hollowed-out area. It's probably about 3 stories tall, with multiple levels in it. And as you look out, again, most of the light is, all the light sconces and everything, they've been knocked off the walls. So there's no internal light here.
Dwarves don't need them. I mean,
generally speaking.
So, like,
Well,
why
but this is not a dwarf. This has not been a dwarven-only building.
yeah.
Everything is actually built to humanoid scale rather than just dwarf scale, because there are other people that come and go from the. There are probably rooms in here that are more dwarven scale, but the larger common areas, the door you just came through, they're all designed to facilitate all peoples. So.
Very inclusive.
There are, however, despite the darkness, quite a few little pinpricks of light dotting this, and you can see what they are is rows of dwarves lining the walls, standing completely still,
Mr. DM.
and their eyes have a dull blue sheen to them.
I would like to attack the darkness.
The dwarves are not moving. They are not reacting to your presence at all.
Oh, come on. That was a very clear reference.
Oh, I know it was. I'm just making sure. Are you really want to attack things that are not attacking you?
I wasn't going to attack the dwarves. I was attacking the darkness.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. I mean, are you actually doing something, or are you just being silly?
I'm just being
Okay.
Being silly. I'm too busy rubbing my hand.
This is serious business, this game. Okay.
Are the dwarves still alive?
Good question.
Go ahead and roll a medicine check. Or perception.
Either way. Meh.
No. I mean, they're standing very still. You think you might see slight shifting of weight. But it's very faint. You're not certain. You can't be certain.
Does anyone have a mirror?
Are we threatened by their presence?
They are not acting threatening or menacing in any way. They are simply standing, looking straight ahead. They're not even looking at you.
Resting in some type of alcove-like device.
Well, they were lining the walls. They
They're
were standing
charging.
beside the wall.
Obviously, they're charging.
Is this room relatively otherwise empty? Is there?
And these are all bedecked. They're all, every single dwarf in this area all has the stone and the metal covering various parts of their body.
Is there a central chamber in this area? I mean, maybe not where we are, but in the scrum, is there a central...
In the scrum, there is actually a main room that is used for large discussions. It's what is generally used to discuss trade matters within the city, actually.
Would someone like my father feel that that would be a great base of operations? For
Potentially.
Controlling
Potentially.
dwarfs?
It's certainly large, and it would be a symbolic gesture to put that towards another use.
Okay, yep. I have a suspicion. We may want to go into the main chamber.
I head down the hall.
I follow.
Sure.
Okay. As you walk down, none of the dwarves react to your presence at all. They stand completely still. However, you do notice the first one you pass by is actually holding something. And it is kind of loose in his grasp, and it appears to be a small box, probably about 3 inches by 2 inches by 2 inches. Rather finely carved, intricate wood. It doesn't look particularly dwarven. If anything, Kriv, you would think this is more something that you would find at the API, at the Alternative Practices Institute. It kind of has hearts, or not hearts, I was thinking Lucky Charms, moons and stars and other kind of arcane symbology throughout it.
So
Lightning bolts.
I go over to Flash and I kind of nudge him. And I said, hey, can you get that box for me? My hand's kind of hurting. I think my arthritis is acting up or something. It's kind of coated damp in here. You pick that box up, hand it over.
No. Wait,
So I go and get the box per the instructions of Kriv, and I
right.
retrieve it.
Oh.
I need you to roll a sleight of hand check.
And that's why you have the rogue do it.
Moral of the story.
Okay, so I got a 12.
I think it's a 9.
I need help. Let's see. I can read this tiny print.
Yeah.
Can somebody please roll me a d4?
21.
21. Sleight of hand.
Nice. 3?
Yes.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay, so you cautiously creep up,
Uh-oh.
reach a hand out. You can kind of grab the edge of the wood with both hands and just slowly slide it down. And it kind of makes a rasping on the dwarf's skin, but he doesn't move. You move it ever so slowly, and then it's free. And his hands stay completely frozen where they were at.
Well
Beautiful.
done.
So I have this box, and I bring it back over to Kriv, and I say, here you go.
Before I take it, I want to use my Arcana and see if I could ascertain anything about it, whether or not how I could use it, or if it's potentially dangerous for me. Sorry, Flash. You already have it.
Go ahead and roll.
Oh, crap.
Natural 1.
Oh no.
You gotta reroll.
You have
Oh, no. I'm
I
going to
need-
use a reroll.
Yeah.
you reroll. Okay. All right.
How many of those do I have left, Nana?
Yes.
Okay. 11 plus my Arcana, so 18.
18. The box itself is actually not magical at all. It is interesting because it's clearly carved with a lot of arcane symbology, but you don't see any runes, you don't feel any sort of vibrations from the box.
Is there a clearly way for it to open?
Yeah.
All right.
It's a simple little wooden slider.
So while he's still holding the box, I go ahead and open it.
Okay.
I thought I gave
You
you the
pop the latch.
He didn't actually take
No,
it from
you
you.
offered it to him. He didn't take it from you.
I may be a wizard.
You
but I
pop the
also-
latch and lift the lid. It opens on a hinge.
Uh-huh.
And inside, you see a very small, well, not very small, you see slightly smaller than the box itself, leather bag.
Can just is there anything about the leather bag makes me think the bag is magical?
No, but now that the box is open, you do feel a slight magical vibration from within the bag.
my divine? Has it been 10 minutes? My divine sense still working?
It's about to end.
Okay.
And yes, it's going off. Every single like bedecked studded dwarf.
Yeah. Tell them you're
It's raining.
Hallelujah, it's raining dwarfs.
I think that'd be.
They all set your sense off, but the ones who aren't affected, they don't.
All right.
So I look closer at the box.
Yep.
Well, the box is open right now, and there's just a leather pouch.
So I look closer at the leather pouch.
Okay. It's a leather pouch. It seems to have something inside.
I'm gonna go and take one end of the leather pouch and try to just gently extract what it is, so it lands in the box itself.
All right. A series of cards fall out and land inside the wooden box.
You didn't. You
Like
didn't
playing
put,
cards
you
or
didn't-
collectible cards?
They look like tarot cards. They look like tarot cards, actually.
Why would you do that?
Because Dresh paid for it.
And I say, "Ooh, that's really cool!" And I just grab the cards and start fanning them out and look at it and
Okay.
thinking, "Ooh, these are collectibles." I didn't have this one.
Don't worry, there's specific rules for how this works.
I'm incredibly annoyed at how fast we're not going.
So yeah, you can look at the cards. I mean, it's a series of tarots, various pictures like a key, a gem. There's a jester. There's someone who is kind of going like this.
Oh no.
Looks like a real idiot. All in all, probably about 20-ish cards.
So I go ahead and I just start shuffling the deck and I start just picking them at random,
Okay.
seeing if I can kind of like tell my fortune without doing like the full tarot reading since I don't have a tarot.
I feel like I'm like 50 feet away from him now. Is there anything down here at this end of the room?
Anything useful in that box, or?
No, I'm doing this as we're walking.
No, okay, you do it. Nothing happens. Like I said, there's specific rules.
I go ahead and I just go ahead and put the tarot cards and I put them back in the cloak.
Okay.
You know better, Brian Kwong. You know better.
I gave him every opportunity to do something fun. I mean,
There's specific rules for how it works. All right. Okay. So, are you continuing
I
onward?
don't know the
Yeah,
rules.
we're continuing on.
Yes.
Yeah. No. This is more of a let's see what happens next game kind of thing.
Yeah.
Once you've identified and know how this works. For those of you who don't know what's going on, tune in next season. Presuming they're not all dead.
Yeah.
Okay.
No promise.
Moving on. All right. So, are you making your way towards that center chamber?
Yes.
Okay. So you all make your way down. There is nothing in the way. There's nothing barring your path.
That's a great sign.
It's just silent,
That's not a trap at all.
silent dwarves, not even watching, not even looking at you the whole way.
And it's still dark because all the sconces are on.
Well, yeah. I'm assuming your staff is still lit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's lit. Okay, so you guys will continue on, and after a few minutes, it doesn't take long, you will reach the series of doors. It's actually 3 different sets of double doors, and each is kind of spaced in a wide path around. None of the sets of double doors are actually like next to each other. It's not like door. It's like 2 over here, 2 here, 2 here. The hallway you're in is rather finely decorated with lots of kind of tattered sackcloth. Actually, it's decorated sackcloth. It's interesting, but it's kind of that dwarven ethos, that work ethic. They espouse that in their decoration.
I in the quietest voice that Dalatello says. He turns around to the team and says, "Guys, I think I found some doors."
And you hear a voice behind you, "Would you shut up, please?"
Oh, who is that?
Behind you, as you turn to look around, is the armored form of Captain Wolverton.
Captain Wolverton. I take a knee.
Which of her?
Get up. Get up. Sorry, you guys seem to have beaten me here.
Want me to open this door for you? And I'm going to go towards the door.
Wait.
Which one?
Where did she
The
come
closest
from?
one to me.
It's probably the one in the center.
Oh, okay.
This is suspicious.
All right. I'm walking.
While
through the
you're
door.
doing that, because it is actually, I need you to roll a strength check.
Okay.
Athletics. We'll call it athletics. She'll come directly over to you and say, "How are you doing?"
9.
I'm okay. You,
Gotta-
So he's over there. There are like latches to pull, but it's like, what is it going?
I would like to come over to the
I
door.
feel a little strange, but I'm holding on.
Okay. All right, we're gonna get through this.
So I go
Are
over
you-
to the
how,
door.
How are you?
I'm ready to kick some ass.
All right.
So I go over to the door that Donatello is like desperately pulling against, and I try pushing it.
Please.
Moscone School for the Gifted.
Every effort helps. Come on, Kriv. I'm going to continue to pull.
I'll go try to pull.
And that's the problem.
Oh no, he's pulling on one half of the door. I'm
Oh,
pulling on
you're doing
other half.
the other double door?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah. And you just
Best and brightest right here.
Yep, exactly.
Don't worry, Captain Wilbur.
Glad I could help.
So what I see on the other side of the door?
All right. Beyond is the large chamber. We'll just call it the Chamber of Commerce. Makes as much sense as much as anything. Inside, normally you are used to seeing various banners across the circumference of this round arcade. Arcade in the old sense, not the modern sense. Each banner typically representing one of the peoples that reside in the city, but all have been torn down save one. And also, you're used to seeing in the center of this room a large stone table, finely carved with intricate etchings and runes, not magical, just decorative designs. The table itself has been broken in two, and not in equal size pieces. The larger piece has basically been laid down near the back of the room with the smaller piece on top of it, so it's like a dais.
Of course.
And on the dais is a large stone and metal throne.
Of course.
Yep.
No one needs their ego boosted or anything.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's fine.
The throne itself has various metal cabling snaking off and going off into the walls and up into the ceiling. As you look up, you can see there's actually cabling all around, chains and odd sort of wrought, flexible steel that are just littering the top of this room. It was not there before.
A throne, you say, right?
Yes.
I'm curious to know a throne, and I'm wearing my amulet.
Wait, hang on.
That has-
There is someone sitting on the throne, of course.
Oh, okay.
You
Right.
royally failed that.
And it is, of course, a dwarf. In the same sort of manner of dress, various pieces of metal covering, albeit a bit more decorative, a bit more intentional, a bit more like chunks of armor instead of just random haphazard placement. The dwarf sitting there, long beard trailing almost to the floor, and that sets your alarm off immediately. I need you to roll a perception check with advantage.
Meanwhile,
And anybody else can roll a perception check with disadvantage if they like.
I'll roll a perception check. I'm getting disadvantaged because I'm
Roll
I'm
twice,
dry
pick a lower
heaving
number.
at this point.
Yeah.
20, natural 20.
But it's disadvantage.
Oh, so I have to roll it again.
You have to roll it again and take the
All
lower.
right, so that was 20 perception speed.
19.
19?
13.
17.
8.
I don't think I could roll lower than a 1.
Okay.
So
1. Okay. So 17, you'll notice, Kriv, that beard is fake. That is not a real beard.
He sits on a throne of lies.
And you can see, Brunhilde, you can see this for what it is. This is not your father. But there is enough of a family resemblance that with the right amount of disguise effort put in, it makes it pass off fairly easily. This is Skuld, your sister.
Always with the sisters.
Do you need to talk about something, buddy?
And they look at you. They see you. Well, do you enter the room? I suppose. Certainly.
I mean, I would have entered probably.
You to
before
see this, I
witnessing
guess.
this,
Yeah. So they look down at you from atop the dais and all of the arranged people. Who's in the back?
I'm probably in the back because I just went and just opened the door and held the door open.
Okay.
Because I'm busy, not feeling like great.
You can see while other people are kind of moving into the room, Captain Wolverton will take a step off to the side and move towards one of the move towards one of the other doors.
Okay. Other doors.
Other doors, yes. She's not entering the room.
Is there anyone nearby me enough for me to let them know this?
Sure.
I'm not sure how where people are placed, so I just
I was hanging back. So.
Okay, so the two of you can notice. She'll just nod at you. She seems to be taking a position outside one of those other doors.
Okay.
Okay? All right. So, she looks at you and says, "Brother."
What is happening?
I am fixing what you have broken. I am carrying on what Father died doing.
Sitting on a throne with a fake beard?
I'm
She ignores you.
like 5 seconds from saying that. Like, this. You missed the mark.
That's what happens when you roll 1. You miss. They say, "No, I don't think I have."
What do you mean they? There's multiple of them saying the exact same thing?
No, I'm using the gender-neutral pronoun.
Okay.
I'm looking around for a lever or a button.
Roll perception.
Roll good. 15.
Ooh, not bad.
All right.
All right, you don't see any levers or
I
buttons.
pull it anyway.
But what you do see,
Okay.
is below and to the side, resting on the dais to the side. Actually, not resting, because it's actually floating on the ground, for just above the ground. There is a faintly glowing light emanating from what looks to be a large mug.
I'm sorry, a mug?
Mug. A
Like
very large
thing I would drink coffee out of?
except it has a lid on top.
So like a sippy cup mug.
So like a stein.
Like a stein.
I trying to be very subtle. I roll my skateboard into it. I kind of kick it over there.
All right. So roll stealth.
Roll for skateboard.
Roll stealth. No. I want to see if this is noticed.
I think I have a reroll left.
Okay. All right, 1 left.
Nice.
Natural 20.
Which makes it all the more disheartening when it goes boink. So I will say, because it's a 20, you're actually able to get enough spin on it so it goes over the stairs of the dais.
Okay.
So you get a bit of it hits like some sort of groove in the floor. You see this, you aim for it, and it goes careening off, flipping end over end. And there's this slow motion. Everybody watching as the skateboard spins end over end and bounces off about 3 inches from the stein with a flash of arcane light.
I knew it.
Like a force field type thing if I was splitting? Okay.
Yes.
That's not what I knew, but I knew something was going to happen, guys.
Right.
Do I see that? I mean, was it very obvious?
Yeah, it's pretty obvious.
Okay.
There's no roll for that.
I'm assuming that's going to be a magic. So, do I know what is actually causing that shield-like functionality?
Roll it. Is that a natural one?
That's a natural one.
Natural one.
No, I'm not going to run.
Oh no.
Not
You think it might be worms. There's a special type of worm that causes energy to flash out of nowhere. It's a subterranean, and there's flashes that appear above the ground where it's burrowing below. You think it's worms?
I think we have an infestation here.
We're doomed.
And she says, "Yes, we do."
Who's the she?
Or they say, sorry.
Okay, you know what would really help if they had buttons on that told us what their preferred pronouns were?
I suppose you're here to stop whatever's going on. You don't even really know, do you?
Am I supposed to?
Do you know the damage you've done to our society, to our people?
You've
By
got to be
being
kidding.
different? By acting your gender? How dare you? How dare you take some other place? How dare you behave in a way you are not supposed to? You have caused young ones to act in flagrant, despicable ways, mirroring your example.
Learning? You're referring to learning.
Learning
right?
how to behave improperly.
By learning? By
If that's
learning a
what
skill?
it takes, then that kind of learning should be banned because
So
it
no
is
more
dangerous.
blacksmiths, that's what you're saying.
Oh no.
You and I have very fundamentally different ideas.
I
of
think
what
I
that
think we
is.
can agree on that. Yes. So I need to make sure that this all gets stopped.
This seems.
This is such an exciting
Extreme?
conversation.
This seems extreme.
Sometimes extreme measures have to happen.
Why didn't you just?
And she leans
Yeah, for
over.
records, I
She
mean-
leans over and picks up the stein. I need you to roll a history check. Actually, everybody can roll history checks.
Yeah. 14.
So I got a
14.
I know nothing.
Okay.
14.
14. You think it might be some kind of dwarven artifact.
It's a
22?
dwarven artifact.
22?
covered in worms.
Ooh.
Let's go.
3? You're freaking out. You're too busy freaking out. Like dealing with this conversation to notice what this is.
9.
I
No.
thought mine was bad.
Somehow you know what this is.
I do.
We'll
that
say
funny? 'Cause that might be why.
ooh, you could say that. This is you'll have heard legends.
Okay.
You spent a lot of time speaking with the Wavefinders, which is a group of people that kind of operate on the shores
Okay.
of Moscone, generally looking for anything that gets washed ashore from shipwrecks. There's a lot of pirate activity
Okay.
that's actually sanctioned by the country you came from.
Okay.
So there's a lot of incoming trade that gets sabotaged. The Wayfinder's job is to actually reclaim anything that washes ashore from these things. It's a whole group of people. They basically have an organization. They're very finely controlled and tight-knit. Well, not controlled. They're very tight-knit. They're very loyal to each other.
Okay.
And so you hung out a lot with them because you came in across the sea.
Okay.
So you kind of learned a little bit from them. And this was one of their legends that they told, was of this ancient dwarven artifact that had been lost. Because they all joked about how one of them might find it someday, or might wash ashore. And this is known as the One Stein. There's 2 jokes there. The One Stein?
Okay.
There is the One Stein, true of them all. If anybody gets the second joke, let me know. But it is rumored to have the ability to influence dwarves as a whole, to control them, to beckon them, to give them direction.
Okay.
It is also known to be a fairly dangerous piece in that it is easily swayed to the personality of its bearer.
Okay.
If the person who bears it is of good heart, it will have the artifact itself will act in beneficent ways. But if the person who bears it is evil, then the artifact itself will act out. The Weinstein, the Einstein. It's German.
Am I in any sort of condition that?
So I know what this artifact is then.
Yes.
Okay.
You know what it is. And you hear an intake of breath coming from the side. Captain Wolverton has kind of cracked the door open. She's watching. She's clearly seeing what this is as well.
Am I in a condition where I can use my evocation to just cast a firebolt just to hit, like, just the hand to make them drop the stein?
You can certainly try.
Screw it, I cast firebolt. And I aim for the hand to try to get them to drop the stein.
All right. Roll an attack roll.
What?
Roll an attack roll. It's firebolt. You have to roll an attack roll.
I don't know what the...
+7.
Oh, +7, so that's a 2d10.
You just click on it where it says. You just click on it where it says firebolt.
I'm clicking on this piece of paper and nothing's happening.
That's the damage. First roll your d20 +7.
D20?
Yeah, it's an attack roll.
6.
Oh, natural 19. 19. So that's a 26. All right. That will splash against the magical field harmlessly.
So the magical field is enveloping her hand at this point?
Mm-hmm. I mean, it stops a few
These
inches.
are powerful worms.
Few inches.
Very powerful. Never one to hesitate. I saw a flash
All right.
bolt, and I want to attack as well.
All right. Initiative. Everybody. Initiative.
Hey!
Just roll a 20, and then
14.
Roll a 20?
Yeah, roll a d20.
19.
Yeah, you got it.
19.
You got a 19.
Plus what?
Is that 19?
20? The
21.
All right. I need 20 to 25.
22.
No, 21.
Wait.
Wait, what?
No, I got a 9.
You had a 19.
Oh.
19 plus 3.
Oh, okay.
22.
Okay.
And then you had
21.
You had 21. All right. So, and then 15 to 20.
Shit.
15.
15.
19.
19.
Yeah, you did good. You're going to be acting first. So you got to choose what you're going with. We've got somebody on the throne.
6.
14.
Everybody in your team.
1 and 4.
Oh, 14. All right. Wow.
Well, you saw the wizard shoot a firebolt at the bad guy.
Yeah, I was aiming for the bad guy's hand.
And now twice you've seen some sort of force field go off whenever somebody tried to get close.
Force field, because, it's a magical...
All right. As it's too far away, man.
No.
That mic's too far away.
Yeah, Nana wants to hear our table talk.
We're strategizing.
Okay.
For the
So,
service here.
as chaos begins to break out, you'll see descending from the ceiling. Basically, it looks like repelling dwarves, all coming out of
They are pretty
the chaos
disgusting.
of chains and wiring. They're all descending down. So, Justice, Flash, what are you doing?
Yeah, it's what do you do is the question.
So they're just kind of coming out at us?
Yeah.
So there. Okay. So let me paint you a better picture.
Okay.
You guys are now at the entrance to this room. About, let's say 30 yards away. No, let's say 100 feet away. 100 feet away is the throne where Skuld is sitting.
Okay. So I need to get there.
The halfway point between that, let's say 4 dwarves have descended from the ceiling and just now landed. So that's at 50 feet from you.
Like Cirque du Soleil?
Okay.
A very weird metallic dwarvish Cirque du Soleil, yes.
So can I use my...
Now would be the time to use any of your rerolls, governor limit breaks, all that stuff. This is the final boss fight, people.
Okay.
And we have 18 minutes.
And we have 18 minutes. Actually, I'm feeling good about our time, so I'm not worried about it.
That means we're
What are you doing? Oh,
Can I just jump over them?
you can try.
Acrobatics? Can I just kind of
Yeah.
jump off?
Well,
the
they are
wall
50
and-
feet away, and your move is 30 feet.
Oh.
So you could get on the other side,
Okay.
because you can use your dash
Okay.
as a rogue to flip to get over them, and I will need an acrobatics roll
Okay.
from you to perform that jump.
Let's do it.
All right. So acrobatics check. Roll d20 plus 2.
Don't roll a 1. Don't roll a 1. Don't roll a 1.
Is that 3?
Yeah, it's a +3.
Let's go.
That's a plus 3.
Oh no.
That's a
Time I roll a 1.
that's a 1.
Oh, you
That's a
don't-
1.
Roll. Can I re-roll?
I told you.
I
not
haven't
to roll
re-rolled
a
this entire time. Can I re-roll?
Do it. He has reroll.
Let's go.
All right.
So what do I want at 20?
Yeah, higher
Well,
than
the higher the better.
You want? No, he wanted higher.
Can I re-roll one more time? I rolled a 2 this time.
Does he have another one?
Here we go.
Come on. You
Hopefully I
rolled
don't get a 3.
Get higher than 2.
That's a 15.
15.
That's definitely better.
15 plus 3, 18. All right.
So I clear the jump.
That is the number you needed. Because it's a high jump, right? I mean, there are dwarves, but that's still like that's a 4-foot clear. So that's difficult. But you basically do like the whole high jump, arching your back over them.
That's what I'm talking about.
Land on your feet, and you can continue to move. However, if you do continue to move, you're probably going to have at least 2 of them swinging at you.
Okay. At that point, I kind of just start yelling desperately in hopes to intimidate them
And
off.
Yeah.
Like that? All right, roll an intimidation check.
I was thinking more of a Polly Shore scream for him.
So 3, can I get
You
one more
gotta stop
reroll?
rolling, man.
You don't.
No,
You
you're
got
allowed.
nothing left.
Quick win.
So you could say you just don't automatically succeed.
Okay, what do I do?
Don't use that.
Don't.
right
Yeah,
now.
no.
Okay, so
Don't
do I
use
just
that
stop?
right now.
Or
Just
what do I
wait.
do?
You
Okay.
want that for
Fail
hits.
here and you're good.
All right.
All right.
So they just stare at you impassively.
Yes.
Intimidation.
Yeah, I need to use that.
Okay. That's probably your action to make the intimidation check. You basically just lean on the side. They just stare.
Okay.
Nothing.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
But they know you're there. All right.
Never getting to me anyway. I don't know what your.
Sam.
What was your?
Brunhilda.
Ooh boy.
Oh, you're-
I'm fine. This is fine. Normal family gathering for me, really.
Yeah, actually, it's not far off the mark.
Every time I see you, you have to bring all these other monster dwarves. Yeah, I'm still. Oh, I'm with Cloudy still, obviously.
That's true.
Riding
Fishing line
Cloudy
is
this whole
strong.
time.
We'll just have Cloudy. Yeah, let's have Cloudy act on your turn.
I'll just. Have they already landed? Are they still descending?
No, they feet on the ground.
Being on the ground. How many are there?
4.
Okay. And of course, Skuld over.
Yeah,
Over there.
and Scald. Which is dwarvish for future, ironically.
I mean, to each their own.
Mhm.
I don't share that vision of the future. I'll try one of the monster dwarves.
Okay. What are you doing though? With like?
I have my thunder. I've got thunder now. So
Okay. All right.
I'm bringing the thunder.
Bring the thunder. Go ahead and roll.
Alright. 21.
That's a hit.
Oh. That's
Nice.
not good.
And, do I? I don't know if it's on here. I'll just use the same.
What are we down? What are we damage?
I got.
What are we-
6. I have 6 damage.
6 damage? Is that with your
and
+2?
5 +2. 3. And 5 piercing. 5 piercing.
Okay. So what's the total?
8.
8. Was there additional thunder damage? Or, that's you have to use a bonus action.
It's not on
You use a
here.
bonus action to prep it, and you can do additional thunder damage.
All right. I mean, I'll do that. It's
I,
just not on my
oh,
sheet.
I have forgotten. Let's pick that up later. I'm gonna go ahead and mark the 8 damage,
Okay, that works.
and I will see if I can find the document where the details of that are located. Because I forgot to bring a card for that. Bad DM. All right. So yeah, you hit him in the chest, and he
Yeah.
takes a step back. It's obviously like it made him flinch a little bit. But other than that, he continues to come.
I also just realized that. Okay. Anyway, no, we're good. Next time.
Okay.
I have +2 attack with ranged weapons that I haven't been using. Oh.
Yeah, that's that. Okay. You don't have more than one attack yet, do you?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, you do? Well, then you get to go again.
Was I prepping? Was I using my? I'll skip that for now. Yeah, I'll go again.
No, I think you just get 2 attacks. Like as part of an attack action, you get to attack twice without a bonus action.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
All right.
So go ahead and do it again.
21 again.
That's definitely a hit. Give me some damage.
Much better. 12 damage.
Nice. All right. That one will actually get in the throat,
Ooh.
The jugular.
and it'll just and keep coming.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. So now we are at Baka.
How close am I line of sight to the artifact?
How close?
Yeah.
You're 100 feet away.
Are we gonna move? It's not written on here.
Your move?
It's.
It's there. It's on the front.
You know how close I have to be for my breath weapon?
30.
30
Oh, for your breath weapon? Yeah,
Yeah.
breath weapon is 30 as well.
So I wouldn't make it close enough, would I?
No, you wouldn't get up to it. Yeah.
Is there a dwarf close to me?
There's one 50 feet away.
That's not close. I don't always weapon on him. Guess I'll just move up closer to the artifact.
Okay. So a dwarf will try to block your way if you're gonna double move.
Come at me, bro.
Huh?
Come at me, bro.
Okay. If you want, you can just like kind of engage with him and sidle around, and be on the other side of him, kind of like where he's at.
I don't know. I would just blow them up with fire.
Yeah, they can't effectively block you, so you can just kind of you can do one of those. I don't know if you've ever seen pro wrestling.
What did you do in wrestling this week?
I don't know. It's one of these.
Where they basically like lock
Oh,
on
lock
each
on.
other's
yeah.
That's gonna work really
They,
well.
they lock on each other's shoulders. Oh yeah! And so you get him like that, and he's got you as well, and you just kind of you work him around so you're facing the other direction. And you break off, so you're actually
You stand here.
on the other side of him. Managed to wrangle yourself into that position. Okay. Yeah, are you going to attack? No, you double moved, didn't you? Okay. All right. So now we are at Dadato.
Wow. They haven't even moved yet, huh? Okay, so
Nope.
between me and the guy with the Stein, I've got 4 dwarves, right?
Yep.
All right. I'm just going to engage.
Oh.
Engage.
It's go time.
What's your speed? You can get up there, can't you?
I got 45.
Okay, so yeah, you can literally get right up to them.
Okay. So, and then 2 attacks with the bow staff.
Okay.
Hi-yah! 15. Why do I forget? What do I do? I roll 15 and I add.
Staff like this, 6.
Okay, 6. Yeah. 21.
21 to hit. That is definitely going to hit.
Bam.
You punch him right in the solar plexus, and you feel a little bit of crunch in the metal.
Oh, no.
You actually like push in a little bit.
Bam. Okay. And I roll. You may roll the other attack or the damage now.
Roll damage. Actually, just roll both attacks. Just roll both attacks and then give me damage.
Okay. 3 plus 9 is the second one.
Okay. 9 to hit? No, that's definitely not going to hit.
Yeah, it did not.
So that one will go wild. You'll swing kind of a haymaker, and he'll just kind of lean back,
Well, you rolled a 6 on damage.
Neo style.
Yeah, on my damage, it was a 9 bludgeoning.
Okay. Were you hitting the same one that she shot, or a different one?
This one's the same one, same guy, both attacks.
Yeah, but I mean, were you hitting the one
that I shot?
the one that she shot?
Yes.
Okay. So what was the damage? Sorry, 9.
9.
9. Okay.
And then flurry of blows using a key, turning around.
All right, 2 more.
I'm gonna do.
Roll. Just roll 2d20. Let's just get them both out of the way.
21 and 21.
Wow. You got a lot of 21s tonight, people.
Damn.
All right. Yep. Double palm thrust. Send them staggering backward.
And then flurry of blows, bonus action, apply effect prone. One is 9 damage and the other one is 6 damage. And I get the opportunity to knock them prone or push them 15 feet.
You snap his neck.
Okay.
You do one of these rising like uppercut palm thrusts, and it's just you feel the crack
And I
as his
still-
head rolls back too far. Okay, body goes tumbling into her end.
And then I want to use my governor limit to attack again.
I'll let you attack 3 more times.
Yeah.
But make it quick because you're taking up everybody's turn.
Yes, I know. So I immediately turn to the next guy, hoping he saw everything I just did, and attack again.
With the 2.
With a 2
And a 1.
and a
Oh,
1.
this is a really good governor limit break here, John.
Yeah, I know. That's it.
We have another $25 donation from Stangamat for rerolls.
Nice. Thank you very much.
An 18 out of those 3 attacks. I just one side of his head, the other side of his head, and then one right in the middle, maybe.
So wait, they were all 18 or higher? Is that what you're saying?
No. 2 were misses, absolutely.
Oh, okay. One was 18.
Yeah.
Okay. The 18 barely hits. You'll clip him in the temple. So what's the damage?
Damage is 5.
5 damage. Got it. All right. Anything else?
No.
All right. You're just up there in the fray. Okay. They do not look happy, but they don't look sad either. All right. Now we're at Kriv.
So, I have some governor limits, but I got a couple of questions. Since Trailblazer and Kriv has got kind of a history, do I have any inkling what we think her father felt about her life choices?
I mean, you can roll history if you want.
It's 4. That was a 4. That was terrible. That was 11 with the bonus.
No, that's not good enough.
Because this was going to be really fun. Do you think I would think that he was supportive?
Yeah, I mean, the conversation seems to indicate otherwise.
Well, that really destroys what I thought I had planned.
Oh wait, supportive of what Skulda's doing?
No, like as in
Or supportive of
the changes
Brunhilde?
the changes that was happening. Like, do I think he would approve of her?
She seemed to
sister-
indicate that this was something he was attempting to do, and she was carrying out. She was finishing his work.
Okay, I'm gonna do this anyways because I think this will be funny.
Okay,
So I'm gonna use a governor image.
laugh it up.
And to cast major image, to make it an image of their father appear,
Okay,
and like
which you can do because that's what she looks like, what they look like. So
right,
yeah.
right. But the way the governor limit breaks is I wanted to make it look like the person's actually here so they can interact with them.
That's what a major image is. Yeah.
Yes, but the moment there's interaction that dispels. That's what the spell says. So what I'm saying is I want to be able to have control of the image and have interaction without them realizing that it's an illusion.
There actually is a spell for that, and it's actually I think it's a pretty high spell. Which is fine with your governor limit break.
Yeah, because what I wanted him to do is appear and basically explain that, he was wrong. He has decided that, what was going on is the right path, and try to convince the brother, sister, whatever preferred pronoun the sibling prefers, hands the stein over to Trailblazer.
Okay, what level are you?
I think we're all level 6.
You're level 6. That's right. All right. I believe this is actually a 6th level spell. So I'm gonna let you do it. I would like you to roll an arcane check.
You're gonna make me roll
yeah.
governor limit?
Yeah.
Arcane it up.
I want to see what happens.
Let's see, 16. You said it was an arcana check?
Yeah.
So 21.
21. All right. So you're definitely going to succeed with the spell. You're going to succeed no matter what you rolled. It's just, are there any side effects of it? But you are able to channel magics that you have not formally been instructed in, that you have not ever attempted before, that you're not sure you have the inner well of energy for. So you get them pulled out and manage to create this illusion of the same elder dwarf. And what is it you want to say?
I want him to be able to relay that.
No, say it.
Oh, say it.
Act it.
It's like, what? Do I know the sibling's name?
I did say it.
Yeah, okay, Scald.
Scald. This path that you are on, it is wrong. I was wrong. This is going to destroy us as a people. We must stop and find some sort of balance among us before we are lost.
All right.
Please, for the sake of our family, put down the stein and work with Trailblazer.
She seems... You said Trailblazer?
Well, I don't remember. Brunhilda. Right? Oh, come on. It was a freaking government limit break.
Roll an intelligence check, please.
Well, I'm a wizard, so I don't mind that too much. That was 15 plus. Where's my bonus? 19.
All right, I'll say that's enough to catch yourself and say her real name. Trailblazer is her ranger name.
I know that.
Right, so that would have actually been, like, it was working, and then it would have completely failed. But you caught yourself. Yeah, no, you got it correctly. That would have been hilarious, though. So she seems completely stymied, flabbergasted, speechless. She just looks at this image that has appeared before her, seemingly unable to react, unable to process what's going on. Her focus is completely locked onto onto that image. And all of the other dwarves in the room who have been about to attack and menace your party, they all turn and look as well, as her will has so completely and subconsciously focused on this image. That will has been projected out onto the others in her vicinity as well, to the point where even you have to control yourself and stop yourself from staring at this image. I'm not sure you would know, but you can roll a wisdom saving throw? You don't have the text in front of you. Go ahead and roll, I'm going to say wisdom saving throw with advantage. Time check?
12.
Oh, wow. Okay, we got to wrap this up. 12. You have an idea. This might be magic. Okay. All right, so we got to keep rolling. So her turn, she's going to lose her turn, so will the dwarves, because they're too focused on what's going on here. Captain Wolverton at this point will burst through the door and say, "The stein! Someone has to take the stein. That'll reset it. But it's a one-way trip. I'm not sure whoever takes it would survive."
Does Cloudy like stein?
No. I didn't say Baku would run for it.
Well-
I'll do it.
Well,
I would
we're still in
love
initiative order at this
to
point,
go
right?
ahead and like fix this with the dwarves.
So with everything frozen, you have a moment. Captain Wolverton runs over and starts hacking at the dwarves. Try to take them down regardless, because you all seem to be frozen, paralyzed with indecision for a moment.
Sorry. We have another donation, $25 from Amy Bucifero.
Amy.
Did I say that right?
Hey!
Hey, thank you.
All right, is anyone moving to this?
I'm
So I want to make this clear.
Anyway.
I want to make this clear. As a DM, whoever touches this thing will either die or be corrupted.
That's right thing the paladin.
Either
for
way,
it.
I take your character sheet.
Are you sure we don't want the goat to do it?
I go for it.
And
You
this,
have a paladin. You do have a paladin.
This-
that would be the.
this is the $1,000 donation we got.
Oh.
I think most of us are lawful good. We're probably all like, I'll take this on, but
Yeah.
honestly,
Yeah,
you're
the
closest.
I
I
would
would
go
go
for
for it too.
All right, here's what I'm going to do. Anybody who is going to do this, roll an initiative roll. I'm not going to have this rely upon the existing initiative check. This is important enough of its own.
Okay. 7.
14.
I'm gonna roll it over here.
10.
10?
12. Oh wait, no, sorry, 15.
15. All three of them launch forward at the same time. I'm going to say technically you're behind because you weren't as close as they were,
It's fair.
But-
I'm cloudy.
but you're on cloudy. Exactly. And that will give you the speed.
We have another $100 cash donation from Anonymous.
Oh.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Miss. All right. You reach it first. The force field does not block your way from actual touch.
I'm a dwarf.
And so you reach out to grip the handle. And you feel the dart energies begin to release, and they release within you. They have to have some place to go. You are the conduit. The dwarves immediately collapse to the ground, completely without drive, without whatever was moving them along. Skuld will shriek out loud, and you'll see energy start to pour, light energy start to pour from her eyes. And it grows brighter and brighter, almost like a sun within her skull. And she just falls to her knees and then to the ground, wisps of smoke trailing out of her eyes. And you black out. You see Brunhilde fall.
That's like a good thing.
I reach,
Land.
I run up, and I pick her up. And,
Okay.
And scream, "Help me! Help me! Anyone, help me!" That's all I can do.
Does anybody do anything?
Can I help?
It's
Can I help?
Trailblazer. I have to. I run up next and I try to. You know what? I'm gonna use in my. I have 3 more governor limits. Screw it. I'll use another one.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm gonna. I want to use any type of arcane knowledge. It's Trailblazer. She saved my life, and I feel obligated. I have to do anything and everything.
Yeah, this is probably hard for you as much as
Save her.
anybody.
And it's like I didn't really want to take the Stein myself because I would only want to have used it because I'm not lawful. Screw that. But I reached deep down and I don't know what I'm casting. I don't know what I'm pulling. I'm even reaching into the cloak of the wizard DX to see if it would even give me anything in this need to do anything to save it, even at the consequence of myself. There, I gave you so many options.
With the governor limits
Well,
break. With the governor limits break. You guys see him run over. His eyes have completely changed now. Instead of being a normal round shape, the pupils have become elongated, more like some kind of a reptile. And he attempts to reach out and touch and bestow some kind of energy. You don't know where it comes from. It's some sort of luminescent fire that just kind of wreathes across his form. and it's not hot, but it just burns slowly across and onto her body, and you can see it kind of melt into her, not damaging, just this faint white and orange shimmering flame. And her eyes open, completely black. And you know that you can't stay. You feel the urges, you feel the impression of the Stein. You know it's going to take a very long time to cleanse that. And if you stay in this around people, you'll still feel all the urges that were just passed down to you, and it'll be too dangerous. And now we have a time check. And so I hate to end the game on a bit of a downer, but there is the plus that she's not fully dead, thanks to Kriv.
Only mostly dead.
Yeah, when you swallow that chocolate lace pill, remember, it takes at least an hour. Don't go swimming for at least an hour.
So, thank you, everybody. What was our final total? Drum roll.
Drum roll, please. Thanks to all of you who donated to attend the event, who participated in all of our weekly live segments.
Thank you.
And spread it to your friends. Today, we have made, for the Extra Life Foundation, $3,470.
That's amazing.
Thank you, everybody. We will post some more information. We'll make sure we get this up on YouTube. And the plan is to maybe do a little bit of off-season Dungeons and Dreamforce. So we might have more for you in a few months. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Have a good Dreamforce.
Thank you.
Thanks, Aptus.
Thank you so much, Aptus. Thank you to Eric Dreshfield. Thank you to everybody for helping us out.
Photo op.
At all.
Respond back to the Twitter thing while you're walking.
Yeah, Nana's going to do it for us. Hey, one more thing before we wrap up.
Oh, yes. One more thing before we wrap up. Sorry. One more thing. I can talk loud. So, for the last 2 years, as you can see, this is a really involved game. Okay? This is not just something that these people think up on the fly. And it's not something that we could do on our own without our dungeon master.
Yeah.
He spends countless hours planning this game, getting everyone organized, training people to play.
Bringing dice for people who forget.
Yes, and so we wanted to do something to say thank you, because he's part of our Ohana.
Yeah.
And it's all signed by the group, so thank you.
To the DM.
Woo!
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Excellent. More to pack home. Thank you, guys. We will be playing again in the springtime.
It was, wasn't it?